Hello, hello, hello. Melissa May Dillon here, live on my personal page on Facebook, and then we upload it to my YouTube channel at Melissa May Dillon. If you're on the YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe. And if you are on either one, if anything resonates with you, or if there's something you want to add to the conversation or any thoughts that you've had, please let me know in the comments. I would love to be able to hear from you. So I've talked a little bit about this before, but it just keeps bumping around in my head, especially today. So I definitely want to bring it forward to you guys. And what it is money is running away from you. If you're doing this, when you are running a business or you're starting a business, you're like trying to get out, because like all the time I talk about, you don't have to have a job the way you think you have to have a job. You don't have to be trapped in that system. You can make money your own way. You can do your own thing. And in fact, that's like, if that's what you feel called to do, that's what you should really be doing. But anyway, when we start to run our own business, when we're trying to move into that cycle, we're so serious about it, because it's like, my business has to work because I have to make money, because I have to pay my bills. And like, we have this very seriousness, this massive intensity of like, our business has to be successful. It has to work. It has to make money. And then we are, like, analyze everything under this very serious light. Like, are my numbers working? Is the algorithm working? Am I putting out the right offers? Am I doing the right thing? Am I making enough money? And it's like, we're very serious this whole time that we're trying to build our business, because, and then we also are very serious anytime we talk about money. Like we add this, money in your business want to have fun, and they want to be expansive. And so if you are approaching your business all the time with this so serious nature, it's actually, and when you approach money all this time with this very serious nature, it runs away from you. Like, it's like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel great. Your money and your business, like, honestly, they almost go hand in hand. When I say money, I mean business too, because like I said, you can run your own business and make multi-millions of dollars. You don't have to be trapped in a system anymore, making all this money, but, or trapped in a system trying to make money. But, it's like, if we always approach money, if we always approach our business with this tone of like seriousness, it is repelling money from us. It is repelling business from us. And this again taps back into like the childlike imagination that we need to have. So all the time I talk about how like we use our mental energy for worry, for fear, and for doubt, but we could be using it, well, what if this works? And what if this goes well? And what if this person calls me? And what if this business, what if this goes really well? Like, right? So instead of using our imagination for worry and fear and doubt, we could be using our imagination for fun, for excitement, for all the amazing possibilities that could happen, right? So instead of negative possibilities, we think of positive possibilities. So this is on that same level of shift, where instead of thinking everything so seriously, instead of like analyzing everything under this scope of like, it needs to work, it needs to work, it needs to work. Like when we bring that into our business, it kind of stalls our business, and it stalls the money, because it's like, this is no fun to be around. We don't want to hang out with this. Like, one of the premises that I kind of talk about is, imagine if money is your friend, if money is a person, right? So if money is a person, and the way you talk about money, like, imagine if you were talking to a person that way, would that person want to hang out with you? So if it's like, you're never here, you're always late, you never hang out with me long enough, you always leave as soon as you get here, right? Like, how many of us feel that way with our paychecks, right? Like, oh, my paycheck come in, and then as soon as I get my paycheck, all the bills go out, and then it's never enough, and it's not here. And if we're talking to money that way, money doesn't want to hang out with. Like, imagine if you're always talking to your friend that way, you wouldn't want to hang out with them. So think about this too. Like, if you have a friend and it's like, everything is always so serious, you got to I'm analyzing the numbers, and the numbers, I don't have the views that I need. And then the views went down. Like, last video, I had all these views, and then this video, there's like no views. What's going on? And how do I fix this? And we're approaching it with this very serious type thing. Like, if you have a friend who like is only ever serious, only ever wants to talk about like business without the fun, without the expansiveness. You wouldn't want to hang out with them either, right? You want to hang out with someone who's, like there's time for serious moments, and I'm not saying never have them, but if that's like your default setting, you're repelling business from you, you're repelling money from you. Like, what makes you attracted to something? Like, what makes you excited to do something, to be a part of something? And it's exciting, it's fun, it feels light, it's it feels good, it's positive, it's happy, right? And we're drawn to those things. But so if we don't give that to our business as we're growing our business and our money will like stall out. We want to give, a lightness to our business, of playfulness. Like, if you're not playing as you're creating your business, you're killing it. Like, you're slowing it down. You're taking the life force out of it. So we want to be more playful when it comes to, building our business, to making our money and all of that. If we only approach it with seriousness, we're like, it's not, the business is like, this isn't very fun to be here. I don't really like this. It's like serious all the time. You're like so like analytical all the time, like trying to figure out every little problem all the time, And so it's important that we relax, and this is where like epic levels of trust. Like when I tell you that, like, I believe that I am doing God's work on earth, I really mean it. Like, I really mean it. Like, I believe that. Every fiber in my being, every cell in my body, every bone in my body, like, fully believes that I am doing what I am meant to do by God, and that I will be fully and abundantly supported through that. And that the more I trust that and the more I lean into that, the more abundance would be available to me, because I'm just doing God's work on earth. And so this is where this epic trust that I have like comes in. So if I have this level of trust, it removes this like, it's got to work and checking everything. And like, if it's, I got to check this and I got to check that and I got to be on top of it and I got to make sure it's working. If it's not working, I'm going to analyze what's not working. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to solve the problem. You don't have any trust in your business. You don't have any fun in your business. Like, I was reading a post the other day. It's like, I'm doing everything. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Like, I'm making the videos, I'm putting out the content, I'm doing this stuff, and then nothing's working, and and I'm like, where's the fun? Where's the fun? Are you doing anything that feels fun to you? Are you doing anything that feels playful? Are you doing anything that lights you up and brings you joy? Or are you just following some checklist of things that are supposed to make a business successful, and you're like going at them full steam ahead and just like, make it happen, make it work, it's got to work. And again, I get it, because we're kind of coming into this again, like, if we're going to pull away from having a job and being reliant on a W-2 and making money in that kind of system in the corporate world, and we're shifting to building our own business and our own entrepreneurship, we have this like, but it has to work and I have to make enough money. And if it doesn't make enough money, then I'm like, bah. Like, I get that we have that feeling, but again, this is where you bring in that trust, that if I have the desire in my heart to do this, if there is something about me that says you need to speak your truth, you need to be sharing your wisdom, you need to be putting your light out there, if that spark is within me, it is from God, and God wants me to follow it, and he wants to fully financially support it. So we walk with that trust, and then we have fun with our business. Because remember, everything we think and feel is going out, right? So nobody's watching my videos. Oh my God, something's wrong. Nobody's watching my videos. Something's wrong. Like, every feeling I put out is going to come back to me. Every feeling I put out is going to come back to me. More and more evident. So whatever I'm thinking and feeling is going to return back to me. So if every thought and every feeling that I'm putting out is like serious, is like worrisome, is like doubtful, is like negative, I'm going to get that back to me, get that back to me, get that back to me. Like, I literally want you to visualize the thoughts that leave your head are leaving your head, going out to the world and calling back in everything that you're putting out. Like, I had to shift so much tonight. Like, I was putting the baby to bed, and she was taking, and that's where my hair is a little bit messed up right now, because I fell asleep with the baby. I was putting the baby to bed, and she was taking forever to fall asleep, and she's nurses as she's going to sleep, and I could feel myself getting more and more upset, and I'm just like, I need her to go to bed. Like, I'm just tired of her being on my boob right now. And I was just like, okay, it's okay that I feel this way. It's okay that I'm frustrated. And I'm just like, I'm not going to build up the feeling. I'm not going to build up the anger. I'm just going to breathe through it. I'm going to work on shifting, because I know that what I'm putting out is what it's coming back. And so I'm like, okay, imagine the baby sleeping. Imagine the baby, comfortably laying there, and so we have to shift from these feelings. So when you have all of these antsy feelings, these worried feelings, these whatever feelings, you have to work on actively shifting them, on actively, choosing a different thought, choosing a different frequency, because whatever I'm putting out is going to come back to me. So I literally was like, if I'm sitting here antsy and angry and irritated that the baby is not going to sleep, she is going to feel those feelings and she's going to give them back to me. And we're going to be in this cycle constantly, because she was antsy. She was moving around. She just wasn't chill. She wasn't calm. And I was like, okay, I've got to set the tone. I've got to be chill. I've got to be calm. So I imagine her sleeping. I close my eyes. I'm taking the deep breaths, and I'm making these shifts, right? So if you catch yourself feeling so serious about your business, if you catch yourself only trying to I got to figure it out, and I got to look at this, and I got to analyze that, and you're not having fun, and you're not being playful, you've got to work on shifting it. You've got to find fun in your business. You got to have playfulness in your business. And I have fun in my business all the time. I have so much fun in my business. I have so much playfulness, in my business. And as I put out the fun, and as I put out the playfulness, and as I, have excitement about what's going on, it brings it back to me. So again, whatever I'm putting out is going to come back. So if I keep putting out thoughts of, it's so serious, I've got to figure it out, it has to work, it has to work, and I have to analyze it to make sure that it's working, and I have to check, and I have to make sure it's okay. Like, you're going to keep getting that back. But if I put out, my business is so fun, this is so awesome, I'm having a great time, I'm so playful, you're going to get that back. So whatever it is that you're thinking, and this is true for anything, it could be about anything in your life. If you're putting out the thoughts of like, this sucks, this awful, I hate this, you're going to receive more and more proof and evidence to affirm whatever it is that you're putting out. So I am eliciting a call to you, a call to action of put some playfulness in your business. I know that it could take a minute for you to drop into the same type of trust that I have. I have this epic level of trust that I know that I'm doing God's work on earth, and I will be fully and divinely supported as I go through that. And if you have a difficult time harnessing that trust, just try to insert a little bit of playfulness in your business. Insert some fun into your business. Pull back the, I have to be so serious. I have to make sure that it's working. I have to check all the numbers, and I have to make all the views, and I have to do all this. And if it's not working, then I'm going to freak out, and I'm going to worry and wonder, and then I'm going to be like exhausted trying to run my business. You're just going to receive more of that back to you. So I have fun with my business. I am playful with my business. I have a good time with my business. And business money, same thing, right? If I'm always so serious about money, and this is it blows my mind sometimes how much we will not allow ourselves to think fun in relation to money. Most people's thought about when we say, have you thought about going here or buying this or doing this? The almost number, but I can't afford that. You don't even give yourself the ability to think and feel what it would be like to buy that thing, to go to that place or whatever it is. Like the very first thought you have, I don't have enough money for that. I can't do that. Like we don't even allow ourselves to imagine what would it be like to have that thing, to do that thing, to go to that place, right? Like if I'm like, oh my God, how cool would it be to go backpacking through Europe? Well, I don't have enough money for that. I can quit my job. Like I wouldn't be able to not go to work, right? Like we immediately shut down the potential of doing that because we put money before it instead of just feeling it. What would it feel like to do that? How cool would that be? Like we immediately just are like so serious about, well, I don't have enough money to do that, so I'm not even going to think about it. I'm not even going to think about it. Like that just kind of blows my mind sometimes how often we cut ourselves off from abundance, from money flowing into us, because the very first thought we have when we have because again, you're here to create, right? I am God on earth here to create. You are God on earth here to create. God is all about creation, the creator, right? We are children of God. We are creators. We're supposed to be creating our reality. And when you get someone that's like, have you thought about taking this trip or going here? And the first thing we create is, I don't have enough money for that. And then you solidify that possibility. You cut off all potential that you could go on that trip or do that thing. But if you were to create the imagination, what would that be like? How cool would that be? You know, so if the next time I want to challenge you to, you know, if someone's like, we went here, or what about going here? Or what about this? Or what about buying that? Or what about this? Catch yourself if you go, I don't have enough money for that, or I can't afford that, and be like, what would it be like? How cool would it be? And just use your imagination, add some playfulness, add some fun, and remove the seriousness about money. If you're so, like, why so, I almost titled this video, why so serious? If you have seriousness, or constantly seriousness, or constant worry, or constant fear, or constant doubt, you're just going to get more of that. Again, you determine what happens, and then the world evolves around your thoughts and around your feelings. So if you're constantly thinking seriousness, if you're shutting down any potential for playfulness, if you're creating that, that's what you're going to keep having. So consciously choose what it is that you are creating in your world. Add some playfulness, add some imagination, have some fun, and work on harnessing that epic level trust that when I am doing the mission that is written on my heart, when I am helping people, when I am putting out my genius, putting out my time, putting out my talent, serving the world with that, I will be fully financially supported. So let me have some fun. Let me have some playfulness in this. And that's such a better place to be in. So I can talk more about this. If you have any thoughts about this or you have any questions about this, please drop a comment below. Let me know. And I would love to be able to deep dive into this, have some more conversations around this, because if you're not having fun in your business will not grow. If you're not having fun with money, money will not grow. These things. So just imagine. Just all you have to do is imagine. So if I were to say right now, what would it be like? Like I'm watching The White Lotus. I'm obsessed with this TV show because it's like problem after problem after problem after problem. There's no happy ending ever. For some reason, I don't know what money for that. So instead of saying, I don't have money to go to Thailand, what would it be like to go to Thailand? What do people do in Thailand? What adventures do you have? Like, don't even think about money. Don't even think about money. You don't have to think about money at all. If someone's like, what would it be like to take a cruise around Europe, or to do this or to do that? Like, think about what it would feel like. Think about what it would do. Research it. Look it up. And stop putting money in front of it. Because money doesn't like when you ask it for permission. Because then it's like, ew. Like, if think again, if money is your friend, and it's like you're constantly asking that friend permission, like it gets annoying. Like, are you okay? Are you sure you're all right? Is this what you want to do? Are you sure you want to do this? Like, do you want to, like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's not the best example, but you have to bring some playfulness. You have to bring some fun, and remove this immediately saying, I don't have enough money, I can't afford that. When there's all this potential to have some incredible imagination around what you could do if something, if go on a trip, buy something, do something, drive a certain car, whatever it may be. All right, I love you all. I'm going to let you guys go. Have an amazing night. Talk to you later. Drop me some comments if you have any questions, and we'll deepen this conversation a little bit further. Love you all. Bye.